Hello and welcome to the talk show Amader Sthaniyo Sarkar. I am Jamil Ahmed, your host. Amader Sthaniyo Sarkar, our local government, showcases and highlights local government good practices in Bangladesh and discusses ways to further strengthen local government bodies in Bangladesh. The talk show is brought to you by the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation SDC, Boishaki TV and Radio ABC. The guests present in today's episode are Ms. Rashida Akhtar, Vice Chairman, Choddogram UpazilaParishad, Kumilla, Dr. Bodiul Alam Mojumdar, General Secretary, Sushashoner Jonno Nagorik, Sujon, and Mr. Mohammad Abul Qasim, former Secretary, Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh. Today's episode focuses on 5 years plan of UpazilaParishad and people's participation. Choddogram is one of the 16 Upazilas sub-district in the district of Kumilla. Around 4 lakh people live in this Upazila, which has an area of 26,848 square kilometers. The local representatives and government administrative officers are working closely here with the aim to reach the Millennium Development Goals while following government socio-economic development map at the same time. The people are willing to put up an integrated effort in the UpazilaParishad in order to identify the existing challenges in the Upazila, prioritize steps of advancement and try to resolve problems through available resources. The UpazilaParishad Act comprises instructions for making 5 years plan for each UpazilaParishad, and it also asks yearly budget proposal. But this has not been executed because of the lack of awareness and required skills of the Upazila chairman and members. In this context, Bangladesh Academy for Rural Development (BARD) and UNDP came forward with a model to execute 5 years plan and selected Choddogram and Brahmanpara as pilot project areas. If the 5 years plan can be executed effectively here, then this model will be implemented in the rest of the Upazilas in the country. A review discussion took place on the implementation of the 5 years plan of Choddogram UpazilaParishad that was consistent with the goals of the central government of the country. At the discussion, citizens highlighted their demands and problems in the presence of the local member of the parliament, district commissioner, local representatives of the Upazila and other responsible officials. Vevisinga 5-year plan will require assistance from everyone. Suggestions from our honorable guests, advisors will be included in the plan. Union Parishad is the first tier of local government. Eve teasing has become a severe problem in Choddogram Upazila. As a woman, I feel that law enforcement agency is not performing their job properly to control the situation. Can we take any measure in this regard? I believe this measure will be very important to ensure advancement of the women. UpazilaParishad has provided a lot of sports equipment to the local educational institutions, but the instruction letter has not been arrived to my institution. I expect to receive it soon. The district commissioner holds an optimistic view towards building Choddogram Upazila as a model in terms of infrastructural development in the country. He advocates for development of communication and health facilities by utilizing local resources and investment. The UpazilaParishad will prepare its own 5-year plan. It will undertake projects with support of its own resources. That is what we call bottom-up approach. Previously, it was seen that decisions used to come up from the top level. Now the Parishad will have standing committee to select projects on priority basis. Another committee will be responsible for implementing the project plan. There will be participation from the people along with their elected representatives. Bangladesh Poli Unnoyan Academy (BARD) and UNDP have come forward to support the UpazilaParishad in building a sustainable structure by providing training to its personnel and by providing other logistic help. We have selected this Upazila because we could see a proper coordination amongst all stakeholders, the Honorable MP, UpazilaParishad, Kumilla District Administration and also the Upazila Administration. Participation of people is required for development. We are here to experiment the proper utilization of limited resources by integrating people, their representatives, volunteers from civil society in order to create a sustainable development plan. The main objective of creating Upazila was to include ordinary people in the process through their spontaneous participation, which would ensure a well-managed administration. The chairman of the UpazilaParishad talks on issues relating to building and increasing capacity of UpazilaParishad and various aspects of the 5-year plan. If we can properly manage our activities, Choddogram will be a model upazila for the whole country. We have limited resources, but we are determined with honest intention to utilize our resources effectively and complete the major tasks of the UpazilaParishad. The citizens think that the 5-year plan is an adequate and timely measure to build Choddogram as a modern and self-dependent upazila. Ms. Rashida Akhtar shares her own experience of implementing the 5-year plan in UpazilaParishad. In her upazila, as she describes, resources were not adequate to implement the plan. But she and her colleagues put emphasis on proper distribution of resources in order to avoid incidents of overlapping and duplication. They accumulated all available budgets and worked on projects based on priority. She attributes her success to the proper vision of implementing the 5-year plan. She highlights the importance of identifying the critical areas of development and then mobilizing resources accordingly. However, she thinks that there are variations in socio-economic conditions in different upazilas. That is why a proper vision is required from the UpazilaParishad. She addresses problems like eve teasing, which she thinks can be eliminated through social awareness and education in schools. Dr. Bodiul Alam Mojumdar underpins the importance of making amendments to the UpazilaParishad Act. He advocates for the empowerment of the UpazilaParishad chairman, who is the elected representative. He indicates at the lengthy process of bureaucratic process involved in the whole exercise. This delay is also affecting the distribution of fund allocation to the upazilas. In his opinion, government officers in administration can play important role, but every project at local government level should run under the supervision of the elected representatives. He also suggests that the government should be more forthcoming in building and increasing capacity of the UpazilaParishad. He thinks that there should be separate budget allocation for Union Parishad, which runs under Upazila administration. Mr. Muhammad Abdul Kashem explains the importance of the 5-year plan of UpazilaParishad, which is validated by the UpazilaParishad Act in the Constitution. He thinks that the 5-year plan will expedite the budget allocation process of the UpazilaParishad, but he regrets that so far he has not seen a single 5-year plan being taken up by any upazila. In his view, the upazila plan book is very limited and lacks giving proper direction on how different departments under local government can be integrated under a holistic planning. He suggests that General Economics Division (GED) under the Ministry of Planning should also be integrated with the process, as he thinks expenses of local government is related with the national GDP.
আপনাদেরকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি এতক্ষণ সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য। আমরা চাই আপনারা আমাদের অনুষ্ঠান সম্পর্কে আপনাদের মতামত জানান। আমাদের কাছে বিভিন্নভাবে আপনাদের মতামত পৌঁছানোর সুযোগ আছে। আমাদের কাছে আপনারা চিঠি লিখতে পারেন, আমি সেই তথ্যটা দিয়ে রাখছি। আমাদের স্থানীয় সরকার অনুষ্ঠান সম্পর্কে আপনাদের তথ্য পরামর্শ জানিয়ে চিঠি লেখার বা ইমেল করার যে ঠিকানা, সেটি হচ্ছে প্রযোজক আমাদের স্থানীয় সরকার, বৈশাখী টেলিভিশন, 32 মহাখালী, ঢাকা 1212। এছাড়া ইমেল করতে হলে assorkar@boishakhi.tv। আরেকটি তথ্য, এই অনুষ্ঠান সম্পর্কে আপনারা আপনাদের মতামত এবং অনুষ্ঠানটি পরে দেখতে পারেন, বাংলা এবং ইংরেজিতে শুনতেও পারেন। সেজন্য একটি ওয়েবসাইটে লগ অন করতে হবে। ওয়েবসাইটের ঠিকানা হচ্ছে www.amadersthaniyosarkar.com। এতক্ষণ আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। আগামী অনুষ্ঠান দেখার আমন্ত্রণ রইল। ভালো থাকুন, সুস্থ থাকুন।